Welcome back to my channel, Statistics for Applied Linguistics. I'm Dr. Marnie Menegra, and in this video today, we are going to look at how to report the descriptive statistics and qualitative data in the results section of a thesis or research article. So in previous videos, we looked at how to report inferential statistics and from each different type of statistical test. In the case of inferential statistics, there are specific formulas depending on the text that you need to use. In the case of descriptive statistics, there's no formula. The same with qualitative data. So you can be a little bit more creative when you're reporting this type of data in the thesis. But let's look at some things that we need to remember. So when you're going to do the write-up for descriptive statistics and your qualitative results, first, organize the results into themes or subsections. So think about whether it makes more sense for the qualitative results to come before or after the quantitative results. Also think of what your research questions are in your hypothesis statements. Should your results section be sectioned out according to each of these? So think about how this needs to be organized first. If you want to present grouped responses, these can be presented in graphs. So grouped responses might be from a questionnaire. If you want to show raw data or long answer questions, like responses to long answer questions, here you can use tables. You can also use screenshots. So screenshots of a computer program that the participants are using, or screenshots of what they're doing in a mobile phone or in a video. But you do need to remember to protect the identities of your participants. Now, if you are transcribing audio or video, the full transcription should be in the appendix, but you can use excerpts within the text. So let's have a look at some examples here. We're going to start with a descriptive statistics example, but I do want to emphasize here that you always need to protect the identities of your participants for data protection. So here's the example of the write-up for descriptive statistics. This is done in a table. So as you can see, for each of the statements in a Likert scale, we have each of the statements listed along with the mean, standard deviation, and the mode. So we know what the arithmetic mean of the responses were, along with the most frequent response, which is the mode here. If we want to report an image, as you can see here, all of the participants' faces are covered. So the author here has made it anonymous. You cannot identify the actual participants from this photograph. Reporting a transcription. Now, I do need to say that this is a transcription of a video that is public. It is online that anybody can watch. And so what this student did is she was analyzing existing videos in YouTube of aphasic patients with either Broca's or Wernicke's aphasia. And so how she transcribed it is she transcribed it at the word level. So because this is a public information video, she didn't need to mask the participant identity because these are not participants in her study. These are actual public videos. You can also transcribe this at the phonetic level using IPA or the International Phonetic Alphabet, but she chose to do this at the word level. So this was done in a table. You can see the timestamp, the speaker, and each of their utterances. And again, the full transcription would go in an appendix. Now, here's an example. This would be a summary, but a summary of the descriptive statistics. And so what she did here is these are the correct answers. For each of the questions, the pre-test are in the light green bars, the post-test responses in the dark green bars. So without actually looking at a table, we can look at this graph and we can get an idea of how the participants did on each question from pre-test to post-test. Now, this is another thesis. This is an undergraduate thesis where the student was actually interviewing parents who used sign language with their children to aid in child language acquisition. And so here he had indicated each of the interview questions and a summary of the responses. But notice that he has them listed as response 1, 2, 3, and 4, or R1, 2, 3, 4, he is not showing the names of any of the participants of this study. Now, this is an undergraduate thesis, so of course there are a small number of participants here. So do remember, do not interpret your results in the results section. So even when you're showing, images and descriptive statistics and the qualitative data, you're not going to interpret it here. You're only presenting an objective picture of the results and the data. The interpretation of the results belongs in the discussion section, which will follow. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.